225 million years ago, the world was just one giant dry clump known as Pangaea, and it was surrounded by the ocean. Pangaea began to separate slowly as different areas began to drift off and oceans began to rise as a result. Fast forward to about 10 million years ago when North America began to take shape. The Canadian Shield, indicated on the drawing, is thought to be the first part of North America to rise above sea level and was the geographic foundation for North America as we know it. Without it, we may not have America. 2 million years ago, thick ice sheets crept from the polar regions all the way to Europe and Asia and the Americas. Notably, they covered much of present-day Canada and the United States. 10,000 years ago, these glaciers retreated, creating the North American landscape we know today. Of the first Americans, there were Asian nomadic hunters, able to cross America due to the created land bridge connecting Eurasia to North America, known as the Bering Bridge. These are thought to be the ancestors of Native Americans. When the Ice Age ended 10,000 years ago, the temperature rised and the glaciers melted, closing the land bridge connecting Siberia to Alaska. Before Columbus's discovery of America in 1492, about 54 million people inhabited the American continents. These people were divided into countless tribes. With over 2,000 languages, many diverse religions and cultures would emerge, demonstrating the sophistication of Native American societies prior to interaction with European countries. Some examples include the Incas in Peru, Mayas in Central America, and the Aztecs in Mexico. They had advanced agricultural practices, which was largely fueled by the cultivation of maize in 5000 BC. Notably, there were strikingly accurate astronomical observations. Another significant group were the Pueblo peoples in the Rio Grande Valley, which had intricate irrigation systems. There were also many mound builders with complex and large settlements in what is now the Ohio River Valley. Europe also saw many changes before the eventual arrival of Columbus. The first real contact was from Norse seafarers from Scandinavia in the year 1000. 100 years later, there would be the Christian Crusades. Later, Marco Polo would return from his explorations, telling his tale of journey to China and revitalizing the game Marco Polo. Africa was also considerably sought by Europe. Portuguese mariners developed the caravel in 1450, which was a ship that could sail more closely into the wind, allowing ships to return to Europe by sailing northwest from the African coast. Unfortunately, more interaction with Africa also led to greater popularity of slavery. It was initially between Arabian and African countries before Europe, but was also dominated by the Portuguese, who set up trading posts along the shores of Africa to purchase gold and slaves. This would soon be followed by Spain. Spain would be united in the late 1400s and began to search for a route to the Indies. As a result of its explorations, it would become a rival of Portugal. Spain would go westward in its exploration as to avoid Portugal, who dominated the eastern route. Columbus, an Italian explorer, persuaded the Spanish monarch to allow him to search for a new route to the Indies, and in 1492 he sighted an island in the Bahamas. It should be noted that he failed to find a route to the Indies. Enter the New World. The New World, upon Columbus's discovery, held a lot of valuable items to be exploited and taken. These included new animals, plants, and diseases, which were heavily transported alongside Old World animals, plants, and diseases. The exchange of these items from both the New and Old World is referred to as the Columbian Exchange and would lead to lasting contact and interaction with the New World. This new land caused its disputes, resulting in the Treaty of Tordesillas between Spain and Portugal, dividing these lands significantly in Spain's favor. Spanish conquistadors were distributed around the Caribbean and even the mainland American continents. Spanish exploration saw many changes as a result. Juan Ponce de Leon found Florida in his search for gold and was later killed by Indians. Vasco Núñez Balboa discovered the Pacific Ocean and claimed several nearby lands for his king. Francisco Coronado discovered Adobe Pueblos, Arizona, and New Mexico, and the Grand Canyon in his search for the Golden City. Hernando de Soto discovered the Mississippi River, and Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo searched the California coast in 1542. In Mexico, Spain's Hernán Cortés encountered Aztecs who severely mistakenly believed that he was the god Quetzalcoatl. Chief Montezuma treated Cortés hospitably, but Cortés's hunger for gold soon exhausted their welcome. This led to a series of conflicts between the two groups, ultimately bringing the Aztec population from 20 million to 2 million after several battles and incidents of smallpox. Spain also intermarried with natives, and these European Native Americans were referred to as mestizos. The Spanish Armada also grew substantially due to foreign expeditions. With Roman Catholicism being the dominant religion, several key events resulted. Pope's Rebellion occurred in 1680, which involved Pueblo people destroying several Catholic churches. Missionaries and missions became extremely common, and they were led by Father Junipero Serra, who led the chain of the first 21 missions in the year 1769. He Christianized 300 native Californians. With the conflicts and difficulties surrounding Spanish interactions with the American peoples, the term Black Legend was coined, which basically said that the Spanish conquerors were terrible and did nothing but harm in their explorations of America. In complete honesty, the English were not that much different. Spain had immense discoveries and exploration beginning at the end of the 15th century, and they would be nearly a century ahead of many other European powers. Furthermore, along with their foreign expedition, the Spanish Armada also grew substantially in size, allowing the Spanish to control the seas. However, the English would soon catch up in the early 1600s and rival the Spanish in their dominance.